Hey, this is RonnygoBOOM, and today I'm going to show you the fastest way to get God gear in Minecraft. With this system of automatic farms, I have developed a conglomerate machine for making Protection 4, Unbreaking 3 armor, Sharpness 5, Fire Aspect 2 swords, and any other enchantment you can think of. This system is optimized for efficiency, and although it might take a long time to build in survival, once you have this set up, you'll be able to manufacture diamond armor, weapons, and tools faster than everyone else on your server. By putting all these farms together in the same place, it allows you to eliminate travel time so that you can have all the ingredients you could possibly need to make the most amount of God gear in the shortest possible time. In fact, when I use this machine on factions, it is more time efficient and cost effective for me to make entirely new God gear than it is for me to repair damaged God gear. In reality, you only need one automatic farm for this method to work, but by combining carrot, potato, wheat, sugarcane, leather, iron, pumpkin, gold, and XP farms together with optimized villager trading, we create a system that simply cannot be beat. Alright, let's explain how this works. Over here I have two fully automatic potato and carrot farms. Stacked on top of that I have a pumpkin farm, and the items from these farms get automatically fed down into a villager trading room. This is one way that you can do the farm. So here I have an automatic carrot farm with an automatic potato farm on top and an automatic pumpkin farm on top of that. These hoppers bring all the items down all the way to the ground to my villager trading room. Over here, all these chests start to get filled up with potatoes, carrots, and pumpkins, and I can trade it with these farmers for lots and lots and lots of emeralds. The cool thing is, you can also trade carrots, and you can trade an entire chest full of this very, very, very quickly. I'm going to get an inventory full of carrots and potatoes, and we're just going to trade those with the villagers. And as you notice, this continues to keep filling up because there's automatic farms above that keep replenishing them. So we're going to trade and get as many diamonds, or get as many emeralds as we can. The fastest way to do this is just to triple click. So I'm going to use up this villager, and then I'm going to go on to the next one. The cool thing about these trades is that most of the time they will replenish themselves. So you have a small chance of resetting each villager every time you trade with him. And because of that, just by trading carrots and potatoes, the villagers automatically reset and will again sell you more emeralds for more carrots and potatoes. And I can keep doing this as much as I want. I have lots of villagers here because then it reduces the lag time between me using up the villagers and then moving on to the next one. And I don't know if you can notice, but every single time that you trade with these villagers, it gives you a small amount of experience that you can use to later combine things in an anvil. If a trade gets used up for either carrots or potatoes, we back it up with wheat. So I can use this wheat to try to reset the trade. If the wheat doesn't work, then we can switch to pumpkins, but it looks like the wheat worked. And that's why we have an automatic pumpkin farm. But we're starting to run low on potatoes, so we're just going to trade carrots, and that's just fine, because we have a lot more coming here. So it looks like only carrots are coming in, but that's because the system is completely stopped up, and only the carrots are able to go through because they're in the first slot. But really, the system is full with lots of carrots and lots of potatoes. And we can keep rotating around. If we find a villager that has trades that are already used up, we can try to reset that trade, but you get the point. Now that we have all these emeralds, we have about 2 stacks of emeralds, and we've only been doing this for just a couple minutes. Then we can go into our villager trading area. Now, this is just a very small sort of situation, a system that works. This one over here is the best system that I've been able to come up with. Not only does it have those 2 automatic farms, and as you can see, I never turn them on. So basically, the cool thing about this automatic farm is you just build this like this, and then you give the villager either a stack of potatoes or a stack of carrots. He'll grab those up and then he'll start planting. This whole thing will start becoming planted, and he'll harvest those crops, and he'll toss them into this hopper right here, because he's going to try to get them to that villager, but he's going to fail. Unarybit did a fantastic tutorial, so I'm not going to make a tutorial on how to build this. I'll just link his tutorial in the description of this video, so you can go check out how to build this automatic farm. It works for carrots as well. So I'll just give this guy carrots, and he'll start to plant this entire place, and those carrots will grow naturally, and we'll have some carrots go down in our system as well. On top of that, I have a pumpkin farm. As you can see, it's fully automatic. These pumpkins get absorbed into this water stream most of the time, which will send some pumpkins down here. As you can see, this is having a constant stream of pumpkins that don't go down. This is not the most efficient pumpkin farm. In fact, there's a lot wasted, but it is a pumpkin farm, and it's pretty compact, and it works, and that's basically all you need. Because you're not doing this solely on pumpkins, you're doing this mostly with potatoes or carrots. If you wanted to do an extensive pumpkin farm, you definitely could. You could use pumpkins as your main method of trading for villages, and as you can see, these villages are already starting to plant their crops. And when those crops start to grow, they'll get more and more and more of them, and when they start to have extra, they'll start to toss them down there, just like these guys over here. So, this is the main building. This is the main awesome area. It has my farmer trades right here. I can trade for potatoes, I can trade for carrots, get lots of emeralds. I have another farmer right here, so that I can go back and forth between the two. Just with potato trades and carrot trades, they seem to reset themselves, as you can see, and it's not a big problem. Every once in a while I have to switch to wheat or to pumpkins, but we have potatoes and carrots coming in here all the time. This says carrots and potato and pumpkins here, but really I haven't got them separated. Any of the three can go in any of these three chests. So we have our emeralds. We got 2 stacks of emeralds. That's quite a lot. And we go over here to our villagers. We have armorers that are specifically designed to give us amazing trades for armor. These guys were not easy to get. In fact, you cannot get a villager that looks exactly like this in survival. Because in survival, the very first trade that an armorer gives you is not diamond stuff, it's coal. But for the sake of this video, I've made these villagers with command blocks to represent some of the best possible trades that you could get in survival villagers. So, yes, it is totally possible to get Unbreaking 3, Protection 3 on a chest plate for 16 emeralds from a blacksmith armorer in survival. And yes, I have done it on a faction server in survival, and this has made me so rich. I gotta tell you, it's amazing. So basically right here, all the stuff is right here. We trade for the emeralds here, we get the armor here, we come right over here, and boom. 10 levels, and we have a Protection 4 Unbreaking 3. Now, I'm in easy mode right now, but I can change the I was in peaceful mode, but I can change the difficulty to easy. Over here we have our skeleton spawner. And the cool thing is you can build this wherever you find a skeleton spawner. You could do it on a cave spider spawner or a spider spawner, any kind of spawner. Basically, you just want to build it near a spawner so that you can have XP constantly. Now, I built this in a creative world, so I'm just going to spawn a bunch of skeletons. Boom, boom, boom. And I'll show you how these skeletons work. So let's come out the top. Obviously, you don't need to build this out of diamond blocks. You can build it out of any kind of block you want. But these skeletons will start to come on up here, and then they'll go down here. They'll drop to take a significant amount of damage, and then you can kill them really easily once they get down here. Collect their experience, and use that experience to combine your diamond chest plates or your books and an anvil. So yeah, these guys come down here. You just kill them. Get all their stuff. You can just toss their stuff if you want to, or you can keep it. Sometimes you can get some useful stuff. If you're playing on a faction server that has MCMMO, it's a great idea to save their gold armor, because that gold armor can be salvaged down with the MCMMO salvage skill into gold, and that gold can be used to make enchanted golden apples. The cool thing about these farmers over here is that one of their higher trades is apples, and for just a few emeralds, this is the emerald equivalent of about 1 stack of carrots, which comes to you automatically, you get 20 apples. That's more than enough apples to start making your golden apples. So we have lots of these skeletons coming. I'm going to switch it back to peaceful mode because you get the idea. And I want to get rid of those zombies. But yeah, you can come over here, you can get Depth Strider 3 for only 18 for your boot enchantments. This is the most awesome thing I have found. I don't know if this is the smallest amount of emeralds that a librarian will trade you protection for protection for. But in my factions world, on Choicecraft Factions, I have found this exact villager. I found a librarian that will trade me a protection 4 book for only only 16 emeralds, and that's amazing. So if we run out of books, we can just grab some wheat over here. We can feed these cows. The cows will breed. The babies will go down here, and they'll just sit there in the bottom until they grow up. When they grow up, they'll get killed by the lava, and all their leather will end up in here. We use that. I actually just grabbed the leather for the beginning of the tutorial to show you. But you grab that leather and you combine it with the sugarcane paper from our automatic sugarcane farm. This is actually pretty cool and compact. It's not super efficient, but it doesn't need to be because you only need just enough paper to make books with. But basically this pumpkin grows and it causes these pistons to push, then all the sugarcane pops in there, goes in the hopper, we get lots of sugarcane in here, turn it into paper, use that paper to combine with the leather to make books, and then you trade books with these villagers. I'm just going to get something creative. So, you get some books for these villagers, you can get Protection 4, this is the best trade that I've found, Protection 4 for 16 emeralds, which is fantastic. You can combine that with any of your diamond armor, or this is amazing, Unbreaking 3 for only 12 emeralds. That's a total of 28 emeralds. 28 emeralds. That's 2 per stack pieces of god armor. And a very small amount of experience. And we have plenty of levels because we've been grinding these skeletons for a long time. But I'm going to trade with this guy and show you that we can get some good stuff. So let's grab some Unbreaking 3. Once you start using up your anvils, you're going to need more anvils, and that's where the automatic iron farm comes in. You just grab the iron here, fashion it into an anvil in your crafting table, and you're good to go. The iron golem farm I have is way the heck up there. The iron golems are spawned up there. They fall right here into this lava pit, and then they die, and their iron is absorbed in these hoppers and brought down into our special room. Over here we have this automatic wheat farm. I'm not going to show you a tutorial on how to build this either, but I will put a map download in the description if you'd like to see this. The reason that this guy doesn't pick up the wheat himself and turn it into bread is because his inventory is filled entirely with seeds. I gave him tons of seeds before he even started this farm, and he doesn't have any room left in his inventory to pick up any wheat. And that wheat gets absorbed by this nice little minecart hopper down here, and that gets brought right into our room so we can use that wheat to trade with the villagers, or we can use it to breed those cows so we can get lots of leather for our books. There are some amazing potential trades that you can get. I've spawned a bunch of villagers with these command blocks. These command blocks are set so that it'll show you a good representation of the types of things, the types of trades that you could possibly get in survival. So for example, I use this command block and it automatically spawns a librarian, and it automatically spawns a librarian with his second trade unlock, second tier of trade, and that second tier just happens to be an enchanted book. So one possible enchanted book that you could get is projectile protection, but I don't want projectile protection, that's a waste. So instead I'm just going to spawn another villager and see what she has, or he has. Bane of Arthropods, also a waste. I've actually done this a lot. Thorns 3 for 17, that's actually a really good one. We're going to save that villager, and we're going to put him in a little capsule over here. But I'm not going to do that now, I'm just going to show you some of the awesome trades that I got for trading with librarians. So, we found Sharpness 5 for 35 emeralds. I know that you can find this for much less. I believe the lowest I ever got was Sharpness 5 for 21 emeralds. And keep in mind, emeralds are super easy and cheap and even free to get now that we can trade potatoes, wheat, and carrots, which are automatically farmable with these farmers. let's see. So we had Sharpness 5, we have Unbreaking 3 for 20. As we saw over there, you can get Unbreaking 3 for as low as 12. That's the lowest I've ever seen. That doesn't mean it's the lowest. That just means it's the lowest I've ever seen. The lowest for Protection 4 I've ever seen is 16 emeralds. I've also found one for 20. I've also found one for 28. Fortune 3 for 11, that's super cheap. That's the cheapest I've ever seen for Fortune 3. Fire Aspect 2 for 15, that's really nice. Unbreaking 3 for 18, again, we've seen it for 12 before. Unbreaking 3 for 15. Fortune 3 for 15. Luck of the Sea for 15. You can make awesome, amazing stuff with this. Power 4 for 15, that's a really good one. Over here, what do we have? Sharpness 5 for 23. Respiration 3 for 18, if you want to put that on your helmet. Protection 4, this one, I would keep this if it's your only Protection 4 enchantment, but 58 emeralds is still really expensive. It takes maybe about 3 minutes to get that many emeralds, and Protection 4 for that amount might not be worth it. Protection 3 for 40. Also, just to show you that you can get Protection 3, the lowest Protection 3 enchantment I ever found was for 13 emeralds, which is super cheap, and it's super useful to have a Protection 3 book, because instead of creating 2 diamond chest plates and combining them both, 2 P3 chest plates, you just create 1, and then you get a 13 emerald Protection 3 book and you add it to it, and it's a lot cheaper. Silk Touch 1 for 6. Let's see, Depth Strider 3 for 14, Infinity 1 for 5, Efficiency 4 for 14. The cheapest Efficiency 5 I've ever found, I believe, was 21 emeralds. And these, yes, just to reiterate, these are totally available in Survival Minecraft, and I have done it before. But I just created this in Creative World just to make it faster so I can get a video out more quickly to show you the most amazing way to get God Armor in Minecraft. You can get Looting 3 for only 12 emeralds, super good deal. Unbreaking 3 for 29, that's keepable. I mean, you should keep it, but it's not totally worth it. Unbreaking 3 on a chest plate. Now, this is 17 emeralds, and it comes with this chest plate. You get the diamond chest plate with this. Again, if you play Faction server on a server with MCMMO, and you get tons and tons of Unbreaking 3 chest plates for only 17 emeralds, you could salvage those chest plates down and get up to 8 diamonds along with an Unbreaking 3 book, making this super worth it. Not only is this a amazing enchantment farm, it's a diamond farm as well. Fire Aspect 2 for 11, that's really good. Let's see what we got over here. Thorns 3 for 26. As you saw, we got Thorns 3 for only 17 when we did that over here, so that's not the best you can get. I don't remember what my cheapest Thorns 3 is. You can get Thorns 1 on a chest plate. The best Thorns 1 chest plate I got was Unbreaking 3, Protection 3, Thorns 1 for only 16 emeralds, and I got that in Survival on a Faction server. Protection 2, Unbreaking 2, Thorns 1. This is not the best, but it's a great way to get Unbreaking 3 or Unbreaking 2, and I would keep this if you find it until you get an upgrade. We got another one of these, another one of these. Protection 2, Unbreaking 2, or Protection 3, Unbreaking 3, and those kinds of combinations are relatively common. Unbreaking 3 again. This is the best one. This is what you're shooting for. This is the pinnacle of all armorers, and it's Protection 3, Unbreaking 3 for only 16 emeralds. 16 is the cheapest possible you can get for a diamond chestplate and enchanted diamond chestplate trade, and this is the best one that you can get. There are some other villages I found over here with other cool enchants. You can literally get any enchantment in the game with these villagers. You just have to be patient enough and get lots and lots and lots of villagers. Over here I have an automatic infinite breeder. This is also Unarybit's design. He's awesome. I'm going to leave a link to his infinite breeder in the description. All you have to do is, guess what you have to add? You have to add potatoes and carrots, which is automatically farmable. You don't have to put anything in the system once you have these built. And as you can tell, these guys are already chopping away. If you want 2, it works great. On my faction server, I have 4 layers of this, and I have 5 layers of automatic pumpkin farms. I get so much beastly god armor. I'll link you some of the screenshots of it here. It's amazing. But I have so much god armor that I don't even use it all. I spend more time making videos than I do going out and PvPing with my god armor. Hopefully in the future that will change, but I have so much god armor and it's so easy to get. I mean, Newfie, one of my faction members, spent a couple hours one day and ended up getting what, like 10 stacks of emerald blocks, not emerald stacks, 10 stacks of emerald blocks, and then he traded those all for a bunch of diamond chest plates. And Brian Bragoth, my other faction member, has the highest salvage skill on the server, and he broke all those down and got tons and tons of diamonds. We got several stacks of diamond blocks from that trade. That was awesome. This is just an amazing system. I have the map download in the description. It has tons of automatic farms, and it's just the fastest way that I've ever found to get diamonds. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please subscribe. I'm working on some new stuff, some amazing stuff to happen in the future. I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you, be super excited and follow my channel for more info. You definitely need to subscribe. This is a critical time in Minecraft, especially for me, and I can't wait for the future.